Welcome to Bathurst in the new Hyundai Elantra. Now, first time driving this car, got a tune for it-ish, and I'm going to see what it goes like. Chosen not to qualify for the race because I don't want to, if I am slow, hold anybody up. But we do get a great start off the line, chosen to go for medium tyres and the correct amount of fuel for the race. Around this first corner, Audi in front going a bit slow, getting battered around a bit by the left hand side as everybody powers in this corner. Trying to make a move on the Audi on the left, but the Audi is squeezing me to the grass because I don't think there was enough room on the right hand side of them to give me enough space, sadly enough. Anyway, we are coming down here, made a great run on the Audi and coming up to the top of this hill now, braking it down to third gear, turning in, accelerating out the other side, getting a much cleaner run than the cars up in front, so I'm making a move on the inside of the Audi and catching up to the cars up in front. Now here comes the next bottleneck where everybody plows. Yep, speaking of the devil, I got plowed into the back of, and everybody plows into this corner without thinking that you might actually have to slow down because the cars might be there. It doesn't matter. We didn't lose any places and we survived, and that's what matters the most. Although we did actually get punted into the wrong direction, which isn't helpful. But we are trying to make a move on Raphael up in front, trying to see if we can get the inside line, but they are getting held up a little bit by the Honda Civic up in front, which is really creating its own bottleneck. I mean, it's really hard to overtake at this top end of the track unless you absolutely send it through, which I was kind of worried that the Audi behind would do such things. It's either you batter your way through and just send it and just don't care about the opponent and the situation you're going to put them in, or you just hold it back for a run like we're going to get in a moment, and hopefully we can make the move, really getting the revs right up in this engine. So I try and make a move on this Audi on my right hand side here and try and catch up to the Honda Civic up in front, although I won't be in the slipstream. 0.8 clicking to 0.7, it's going to be quite a weak slipstream. Sadly enough though, the Audi to my right hand side is leeching off my slipstream, thus they've got the inside of this next corner, so I'm going to back out because I don't want apex syndrome to happen and I want to stay on the tarmac, so it's just easier to surrender that position for the moment. I will get it back, hopefully. Coming down here, braking at 100 meter board, I stuck my nose in to make a look like I was making a move and backed out, fluffed it a little bit. I was hoping to put the car up in front off their trajectory and create a bit of confusion, but it wasn't the case. Probably because I'm too far back and the Honda Civic has gone off the track. Freedom. We can actually start making a move now, getting a better run out of this corner and making another move on the Audi. It's really nice to see that there's actually a car now that can compete with the Audi. This new BOP change has really reordered the pack, and I think you have to let me know down in the comments, but I think it's done really well, and it is absolutely brilliant. Squeezing the Audi a little bit on the inside, contact has been made, but I'll take it back out wide to keep away from them. I don't want to think it is deliberate. It does squeeze them a little bit too much, I believe. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you think about the BOP changes. I think from what I can see in the last few races I've done, I think it is really good because, yeah, there's still some cars that are a bit, I wouldn't call them meta anymore. I don't know. It's a hard word. There are cars now more suited, ouch, there's a wall, to tracks than others, and I think it creates a bit more of a variety. So some tracks will suit a certain car and some won't, you know what I mean? Let me know what you think down in the comments below again. Anyway, trying to catch up to this pack up in front. We are in position 10 at the moment. Tail is playing around with me at the moment. This is kind of quite tail happy, this car. Kind of fun when it wants to be. Coming down here, braking down the second gear, and the Focus, the slowest crash into the wall. Oh, I shouldn't laugh at that, but it felt like, and I didn't slow it down, it felt like pure slow-mo. Just like, oh dear me. Anyway, we do have a run on position 8 up in front. Nice bit of slipstream. Hopefully we're going to get a slingshot move past them. Problem is, taking up the outside line here can be dicey, so I want to make sure I'm past them like I am now. There we go. I don't want them coming in on the corner and bringing it out, thus hitting me. Thankfully that was not the case. And it's kind of nice that this car is pretty quick. Car up in front, tuned for life, has a 2.5 second penalty at the moment. quite a large penalty, really, considering we're only starting lap 3. But we have pretty much eaten halfway through the pack from where we started, which is quite a nice too as well. Fluffing up this corner quite badly, braking a little bit too late there, but coming out the other side a bit quicker than the car behind, and thankfully the car up in front is the 1.2 second away. I thought it was closer than that, 1 second away. I don't think I'm going to catch him up in time enough to benefit from any form of slipstream. As you can see, the pack up in front of this car is eking away from us at the moment. There is one thing I have to bear in mind. This is a medium length race. It is 20 minutes long, and I am going to have to pit halfway through. Whether I pit for soft or mediums will be determined when I go into pits, but I've got a feeling it's going to be softs. I didn't have the bottle to try going for hards because I didn't think they would last. To be quite honest, I didn't think they would last. You're going to have to let me know down in the comments below, would hard tyres have lasted or not? It really is catch-22 because you're thinking, I'm saving, well, at this track it's going to be like 20 seconds to pit here. I'm saving that time overall in the race, but are you losing that time throughout the whole of the race by being on a slower compound? Braking a little bit earlier than Tune for Life up in front, but I am going to keep right up their back end and try and look for making a move there, also putting a bit of pressure on them. They have hit the wall, bounced off the wall, contact has been made, so I'll back out. I don't want to be getting blown up into something more than I need to be, but we have the run down this back straight. They do say sorry up in front, not a problem. It's easy to turn into a wall banger coming down that hill. As soon as you hit one wall, you're just bouncing off everything all the way down. It's so hard to bring it back in control. But we do have the inside line of this run now, which is nice. I'm going to try and rub that curb. There's a car going slow there. Over the curb we go, close. Contact has been made. I think they were touching my back end. Ended up deflecting off into the grass and now coming back into me. Let's have a look at the action replay. So contact here was made, so that kept my car straight and made it difficult to turn. They ended up reflecting off onto the grass, coming back onto the track and sending me off. Not too sure if that's a fault or more of a racing incident. Obviously they were very, very close, and I think the initial first corner on the right where they were touching my rear end of the car is why I struggled to corner in that car, because obviously they're trying to keep that straight unintentionally. I do think that was the case. So let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Coming across the line for the start of a lap 4, tyres are looking pretty. Everything else seems to be okay, and we are in position 8. We have to overtake the Audi we overtook a minute ago. Sad thing about the incident though is it has cost us a good few seconds, which is going to be a real struggle to get back, really, if you really think about it, because I'm going to overtake that car up in front again, but there's a large gap between the car up in front and the pack in front of that, and we only have 5 more laps to do it in, and I do have to pit within those 5 laps as well. Although we are half a temp up this lap alone, I generally don't think we're going to have enough time to get a mount of understeer into that wall to be able to overtake the car up in front. Catch up to the pack of cars up in front. Come on, Flash, get it right. Anyway, somehow we're still doing quite well on our best time. Oh yeah, not one lap's been clean up to now, which is fair enough. Coming around here now, easy to mess up this corner, putting the pressure on the car up in front. But I'm not going to make a move, but I am looking at making a move and also getting a bit of fresh air to help with the braking as well. Coming around here now, actually not bouncing off any walls and surviving as much as we can. This car is quite stable. Like I say, the rear end is playful, but overall it's actually a very, very nice car to drive. And I don't think the engine sounds too bad either. Not bad at all. Turbo sounds pretty sweet when you change your gear as well. You can hear it whistle off. And hopefully they stay to the left. We're going to hang it over to the right and get that move done. There we go. Back up in front again. And we are 9.2 seconds away from the car up in front. Yeah, that's going to be a tall order to actually catch up. 9.2 seconds. Yeah. I think though after this lap, well, we're second up on this lap alone, but again it's a dirty lap, sadly. Oh, there's a person in the pits now. Interesting. That means they're probably running soft tyres to start with. I'm going to run medium tyres now. Who knows? Who knows? Unless I go medium to medium. But again, finding 9 seconds. I think unless the cars up in front have a major pileup, I don't think we're going to be able to find that kind of time. But we are going to start breaking away from the cars behind, which is a good sign. Coming up here, we are pretty much flat out looking for the tent on the left hand side here, the blue one. That'll be our braking point, 100 meter board, down to third gear, turning in, and then accelerating out of the other side. Up the hill we go. You are looking for, come around this bend and then start applying the brake gently and harder, and then letting off as you come around this corner. And pretty much the car does most of the rotation for you, which is kind of handy, as you pretty much saw there. Coming around here now, I let off a little bit because I'm a bit paranoid by this wall. Sometimes you can take it flat out, sometimes you have to feather the throttle a little bit, just dip it off a little bit and put it back on. Helps with the rotation. Coming over here now, getting very close to that wall, and then braving this corner as well. Actually could have gone through that a bit quicker, funny enough, but we did make it through rather quick because we are 2.8 seconds away from the car behind. But we are still 9 seconds away from the cars up in front. Behave yourself, car. Come on. Stay in control. Don't look so flamboyant. I know it's great for the crowd, but it does worry me. Come around here now, accelerating out to the side. Where did that car come from? They have found a second in the last corner. My gosh. Anyway, they may well be, they've pitted already, so they could well be on soft tyres. I mean, we are 45% of the way through, so yep. I think this lap might be the lap to choose to pit, to be fair. I don't want to be running around on worn mediums. I'd rather run around on worn softs. So coming through here now. Yeah, I was quite shocked I found that second, but to be fair, the car was very flamboyant at the latter end of the track. Bearing in mind though, guys, when you come into this pit, brake, because the amount of people I've seen still go into that wall is interestingly funny to watch. But yeah, while we are in the pits though, I'd like to take a moment out to thank our channel members, which are Jeffrey Anderson, Andy Good, Submatic, Daniel Adams, John Burns, and AK47. Thank you guys ever so much for supporting the channel. And if you want to become a channel member, hit the join button down below. And don't forget to subscribe whilst we're in the pits as well, choosing the soft tyres. Coming out of the pits, we are going to fall out the place in which position? Let's have a look. I've heard a few cars go past. 11. Oh look, there's the green Honda Civic. Oh dear, that means we've got to get past the green Honda Civic as well. Thinking about it? Never mind. We can do it. And there's a yellow Hyundai behind as well. Anyway, coming up here, looking out for blue huts. We're going to be braking it down to third gear, and Honda Civic has gone wide, and we have gone up the inside because we have the brand new soft tyre compound. They're probably running on hards. We'll be able to hopefully bring back some time from the cars up in front, thankfully being on hard tyres. Surprisingly enough though, Tune for Life 20 up in front has a 5.3 seconds worth of penalties. That is a lot. That is a lot. But we only really have to find a second on them, and we've got position 8. That's a wall. That wall was painful and scratched the new paintwork on my new car. Never mind. Give the bodywork something to do. Coming down here now. Going a bit squirrely there. The car locked up earlier than I expected, so I was unable to turn. That car is taking a whole new approach to racing. Oh my god, never seen that before. Reversing down the hill against the wall. Okay, fine. 4.7 seconds away from Tune for Life up in front, and 34 seconds away from the leader. Now you have to bear in mind though, the leader didn't have as much fun as we did for the start of the race, so they have been eking away ever so slowly as the laps progress. Although I do think even if I was side by side with them, they'll still be quicker than me. But I'm just making excuses for the time to not look so bad. Coming through here, over the curb we go, onto the curb on the right hand side, and full throttle on the way out. Down the hill we go. I think Tune for Life is going into the pits. So we're braking at the 100 meter board here, and down to second gear, turning in, and then accelerating out of the other side. Crossed the line for the start of lap 7. We are now back to where we was before in position 7. Only RS up in front, 6.8 seconds away. Now I have 2 laps to find 6.8 seconds. In other words, 3 seconds a lap to catch up to that car up in front. Doable? Yeah, of course it's doable. Do I have the power to do it myself and the skill? No, probably not. I don't think I do. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if you hit that like button, that might actually give me an extra second. Who knows? Half a second up on this lap though, so we can't really grumble at that. Although I do think a 2:31 is slow. I'm not sure. I'm looking at it now, trying to judge from the last time I've done Bathurst in a touring car and what I was getting on average. I can't remember. I do that many races and that many different cars on that many different tracks. Do you know what would be really nice as well is to actually have like a leaderboard for yourself and skill levels that was close to that wall, very close to that wall. I mean, we're 1.3 seconds, 1.35 seconds up this lap already, which is good news. Now this section can be make or break, and I'm making it because I'm sending it down through there, and the car is screaming at me, holding on for dear life. But we did make it work. There's a wall, there's a wall, there's a wall. Turn, 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 turn. Oh, I came in a little bit hot. Oh, we found another half a second there. Look at that. Came in a little bit hot there. So we are 6 seconds away from the car up in front. So we found 2 temps. We need to find more than 2 temps on a lap. I'm not going to lie. It'd be handy. But, yeah, I mean, we are creeping away from BND Cristo 88 behind. They're now 4.5 seconds away. Braking at the 150 meter board down the 3rd gear. Could have braked a little bit later, forgetting I am on the softer compound. But we did make it work. And we're 5.7 seconds away from the car up in front now. So we found 3 temps there. Lost a little bit of time, 1.6 seconds up from our best. I think a really, really good competitive lap time here is a 2:28, something like that. And I'm saying, well, 2:18. Wait. Yeah, there's me thinking 2:30 was slow. So 2:18, yeah, I think a really competitive lap time here is 2:15. That's like insanely quick. You have to let me know down in the comments below. But I think a 2:17, 2:18 is a very good lap time. 2:15, 2:16 is an extremely good lap time. And I think on average lap time here is about 2:19, 2:20. You'll have to let me know down in the comments below. I could be wrong, but I think an average is around 2:20. Well, we are now 4.9 seconds away from the car up in front. We have this lap and 1 more to go after that. Oh, it's going to be so tough to see. Really, 5 seconds, and we lost 2 temps in just one part alone. Oh no, we found some more time back. Yeah, this is what I don't get sometimes. We found a second all of a sudden. And I don't think the car, it may have went off. Hopefully it went off. Come around here now. Oh, no, I totally fluffed it. Now, I knew as soon as I looked into that corner there that I should have let off the throttle, and I didn't. So that's 3 seconds down the toilet, I think. Ah, bummer. I mean, would I have also caught up that time? I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm certainly going to catch it now. That's frustrating. Oh well, it is what it is. As soon as I turned into that corner and I knew how wide I was, I knew I fluffed it. So, what can you do? And I stayed committed as well. Give credit where credit's due. I didn't let off. I did not let off. If you're going to go in a drink, go in its style, eh? Lucky enough though, those tyres are not far off clicking onto minor wear, I don't think. Look at them now, so I may be on the right strategy here, tyre wise. I'm not too sure. I'm still a little bit frustrated with myself about going into the drink, but it is what it is. Surprisingly though, I reckon it was a good timing for pit stop. I reckon as we get halfway through this top section up ahead, that's when the tyres are going to click onto minor wear. It's actually quite tyre hungry on the front of this car, and very tyre saving on the rear. I know the tyres are showing code, so I'm going to have a look at the pressures, as if we're going to adjust the tyre pressures on that. But yeah, it has done a lot of tyre saving on the rear. Only if we could just quickly swap them around, eh? That would be quite kind of handy, I think. Anyway, coming up the hills, 5.9 seconds away from the car up in front, 4.1 seconds away from the car behind. So we are in our own stale neutral zone. It is the final lap. We'll be braking at 100 meter board here, down to third gear, turning in, and then accelerating out the other side. Really want to push out to the outer curb there. There's a ghosted car up in front. And it's not the one that was going backwards, sadly enough. Not too sure what car that is. That's position 18 though. And yeah, I guess they're letting the AI drive their car for them. 5.3 seconds away from the car up in front. So looking at that logic, I reckon if I didn't put myself in a drink, I'd be right up behind them, possibly looking at making a move. Possibly. Ah, well, what can you do? Back end being very playful. Oh, my tires clicked onto minor wear. Perfect timing for that to happen. And I think there should be a far... My gosh, you are being playful, car. A far linear progression on tire wear. I still notice a substantial difference from being at, like, say, 49% to 50% where it clicks onto minor wear. And it does feel still a little bit like a switch. And it should be linear. It should be linear. Anyway, leader has crossed the finish line. We have 1 minute and 52 seconds to get to the end ourselves. Only RS is a 5.3 seconds away up in front. Cristo is 6.6 seconds away behind. And we have pretty much finished the race in position 7. So we started off in 14, finished in 7. I don't think that was too bad overall. We actually somehow set a better lap time this lap around as well. Provided I don't mess up this last corner, which I probably have. But I'm not overly fussed. 218.279 is a good competitive lap time. Let's see what the leaderboard says is a good competitive lap time as well, because that's a good judgment of what's going on. Leader has done a 216, yep, expected. Really quick lap times, and that was an Elantra. Peugeot's a 216. Elantra's 218, 217, 218, 219, 218 me. And then you start going to the middle end of the fields, there's the 220s. AH3004 lap time, best lap time is a 3 minute and 44. I think 220 is a good average spot. At 218, 217 is a very good time. 216, 216 is insane times. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.